Imagine balancing clinicals, care plans, and chaos, all while raising 5-year-old twins. That's been my life for the last year and a half. My name is Natalie Wood. I'm a 27-year-old nursing student graduating this December, and I've taken an unconventional path to get here. Pursuing a degree while raising young children has given me a unique perspective and solidified my desire to make a difference in the world. You might wonder what this has to do with you. The truth is, we're all figuring out who we are and what we're capable of, and I hope my story shows that it's never too late to pursue your dreams or to grow into the person that you're meant to be. At my core, I'm someone who thrives on caring for others and constantly growing and evolving. Today, I'll share 3 important parts of my journey: how a difficult pregnancy and birth experience inspired my calling to be a nurse, how I show care and creativity in my daily life through hobbies, and my goal of building a future where I can work and be home with my kids. My pregnancy and birth put me on this path to becoming a nurse. At 24 weeks pregnancy, I started developing preeclampsia, swelling, rapid weight gain, high blood pressure. By 34 weeks, what should have been a routine doctor visit turned into something much bigger. The room filled with people and equipment, and suddenly I was being rushed to the OR. The 2-week NICU stay that followed was terrifying. I watched monitors beep as my baby stopped breathing. I worried when they needed feeding tubes just to gain weight. But through all of this, it was the nurses who made the biggest difference. I'll never forget Carly, who came back to explain everything to me so I wouldn't be left in the dark. I'll never forget Gretchen, who held my hand when I was panicking in the OR, even if it meant she had to change her sterile gloves 3 times. Or Amanda, who made it possible for me to hold both of my babies together for the very first time by finding a portable monitor. This kind of compassion stayed with me. This is the kind of nurse that I want to be, someone who can be the calm and compassionate presence during people's scariest moments. Caring for others extends outside of my career goals. One of the ways I care for myself and for my family is through simple hands-on hobbies like gardening and cooking. What started as an impulse buy, some tomato plants and herbs from the farmer's market, and a sourdough starter from a friend, turned into something much more meaningful. From the pesto made from homegrown basil, to the tomatoes fresh from the garden, to the sourdough pizza crust meticulously crafted, to the smiles on my family's faces. And on days when there are no smiles and my kids are sick, I love pulling together nourishing soups. There's something so fulfilling about creating food that feeds both the soul and the body. These hobbies aren't just about what ends up on the table, they're about the process. I like to include my boys whenever I can to teach them about nurturing, creating, and appreciating where food comes from. I'm excited to get back to these rituals once I graduate and life slows down a little bit. Looking to the future, I hope to balance work and home life. One of my long-term goals is to work as a nurse and homeschool my kids. I was homeschooled myself, and some of my favorite memories come from that time. Projects with my sisters, spontaneous field trips, and the freedom to learn in ways that sparked my curiosity. Now I see that same eagerness to explore in my kids, and I want to give them a similarly magical and well-rounded childhood. A big part of that is flexibility. I love that nursing can allow for creative scheduling. We can go to parks and museums when it's quiet and tailor their education to fit who they are. I believe that learning doesn't just happen at a desk, It happens when we cook together, when we dig in the dirt, and when we ask questions on a nature walk. My goal is to blend life and learning in a way that helps my kids become compassionate, grounded, and curious people. At my core, I'm someone that is passionate about caring for others, growing as a person, and creating a life full of purpose for myself and my family. You've heard how my difficult pregnancy and NICU stay led me to pursue nursing, how I express care through my hobbies, and how I hope to build a future with my kids. Life rarely follows a straight path, but sometimes the unexpected turns lead us exactly where we're meant to be. If I've learned anything, it's that nurturing others, whether in a hospital room or in a backyard garden, is one of the most meaningful things we can do. And this is the life I'm trying to build, and I'm so happy to be on this journey.